the witching hour, the time commonly believed to be the peak of paranormal and supernatural energies. Some believe it starts at midnight.
Is that you? It sounded like it came from you.
It was right underneath. It was right. I felt it on the bottom
feel
of
like
my
something's
feet.
behind me right now.
Others argue it's 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. We are about to investigate primarily within the witching hours. Okay, so the place that we're going to tonight, it's one of those investigations. It's a little bit later than the usual ones that we do, basically because the activity seems to start early in the early AM hours, so we want to try to time it right.
So we're getting ready to go on my second investigation. It will be in a little ghost town called Barney. These two people live in a house there, but the activity isn't localized just in this one house. I guess it's all around this property, and they've seen a bunch of stuff there, and Eric described it as kind of like the Blair Witch house. So essentially I'll be bringing all the stuff I learned from the first investigation to this next one, and hopefully adding more experience onto it, and it'll be exciting because it'll be Jeremiah's first one.
What's the history of this location?
Well, this place, it used to be called Barney, Iowa, and it
Like
used
the
to
dinosaur?
kind of, or like the sheriff from the Andy Griffith show. But yeah, it used to be a ghost town, and it's... Shut up. It used to be a ghost town, and it's no longer one anymore. Once you go there, you won't see hardly anything, but there's a few old outbuildings, and there's also a house that looks like something from Blair Witch. So activity-wise, there's been reports of orbs and light anomalies and things, not just through the camera, but you'd actually see it with your own eyes. And there's also noises like vocally and potential apparitions or shadow people. So it could be in for quite a night.
I'm certainly excited. A little nervous. I've never done this before. I'm looking forward to see what we can find, if anything.
So this is your first one with us. Alex introduced you to me already and got a chance to work with you. Kind of went over some procedures and whatnot that we do. Any thoughts on your first outing, first adventure?
Pretty excited. I don't know what to say as of now.
So this will be interesting because this will be Jeremiah's first case. So can't wait to see how he handles it and see. I want to see really his fear factor, see if he takes off screaming or not. But definitely his endurance, how long he can do this without getting bored, is that's important. Just because you might have an interest in the paranormal does not mean necessarily make a good investigator. It's two different things.
You've tried to investigate before, or what's your history?
I have before, but the problem with that is it's too easy to find people that oh, I'm into this. I really enjoy paranormal activities, but come to find out they're just a bunch of amateurs that are just horsing around. And the most exciting part for me is being able to work with people who have a track record in this field and have actually picked stuff up and accomplished
Take it
something.
seriously.
Yes. So because of that, I think it'll be a lot of fun.
That's good. Well, welcome aboard, and hopefully tonight won't be too boring for you, but
Thank you for having me.
yeah. It being late, I know you have thoughts on that. What do you think?
Well, it is 2 a.m. and I should probably be asleep right now because I gotta move tomorrow to my new apartment, but, you know, I'd rather be doing this. I like to stay up till 8 a.m. and then move stuff, so. And, I don't know, this place sounds thoroughly creepy if it's like the Blair Witch place, so.
This investigation was kind of at a later time than our usual 10 to 4. This one's more of a 2 to 8, and so we were going to cover the witching hours. That was done intentionally because a lot of the activity seems to be reported around the 3, 4, 5 a.m. time frame, so we wanted to make sure that we were there for this, and also because Jeremiah got off at like 11 p.m. Well, we're here.
My thoughts of starting the investigation this late, at first I didn't really think of it either way. I knew it was going to be a long night based on the fact that, you know, it's the wee hours of the morning and we're just starting, and we have a lot to go over, that is. And, you know, it was certainly interesting that our cameramen got lost. And of all the places to meet up, I think it was Eric's ingenious idea. Let's meet at this restaurant that has no lighting. And we're trying to tell people who are lost, come meet us here. So it took a while for them to get there, but we finally met up.
Hello. Hey. This is Alex.
Hey, how you doing?
Damon, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's Jeremiah.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Well, thanks for having us over, and this late too. Start
Yeah,
investigations. So what's happened?
There's one main spook that comes around and likes to raise havoc a little bit. For instance, at 3 o'clock in the morning, not for sure. My girlfriend woke up in the middle of the night crying, and I woke up her crying, and when I leaned over, or looked over this way, he was standing right over me. Didn't think too much of it, consulted her. She went to go check on the kids, and got up out of bed, and when she got to the foot of the bed, she saw the same thing, reached out like I did, it disappeared. And she checked on the kids, came back, and when she woke up that morning, she had 3 bruises on her leg right here, like I was trying to grab her and pull her off over me or out of the bed or whatever.
What?
Doors slamming, swords flying.
Swords?
Yeah, it was sword on my dresser.
And it flew off?
It flew off on the ground.
That's nice.
Just right before
Receiving
you,
into that.
just right, and honestly, I did a smudging to kick him out of the house, for her comfort. Well, obviously, I didn't kick him off the property because I only did the house.
Yeah.
And before you guys showed up, I heard this knocking. Looking at her. She was sitting right here looking at her. And I went to open it. Here's my dog just standing there going, "Let me in." But my dog don't knock like that. It was on the storm door.
Okay.
A full apparition, like, do you have details on what he looked like? Maybe a possible age?
Yeah, when I zoom in on the camera, it looks like he's wearing it could be a bee mask, bee maker's mask, but it looked like more of a helmet. It was kind of black right here. And you can see it had a white head. And then it looked like he has a black vest on. It looked like kind of a heavier guy. And then he had his white arms. show you the picture.
Yeah,
let's see that.
Okay. Anything outside that you've seen before or experienced or heard about?
She notices it a little more than I do because I got a pretty good block on things. I don't let it bug me so much. But she's noticing the heavy feeling, eyes watching, especially after the smudging.
Was the old foundation for a church too? Is what?
Yes, it's on my property towards that way. That would be the northwestern corner around there. It just has a bunch of trees. It's in the middle of the foundation. All it's the foundation and the front steps to the church. It's, my dad told me it still stand around the late 50s, early 60s before they finally fell down. They cleaned it up.
So in the daytime, hopefully we would be able to see it, you think?
Yeah, if you got
Be
close,
enough,
you'll be
okay.
able to see the foundation there.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead then, set up equipment around and cover this place. We have a new motion sensor too that basically it has a sound to it. It's a high-pitched, annoying sound, but be able to put that out in the house this time, which I think would be neat. So it's not just a light, but if it goes off, we'd be able to hear it.
I would suggest maybe the yard too.
Yeah. So we arrived, and some of the stories were pretty incredible. Whatever it is that is in this location has the ability to move things, make noise, and even incite fear or uncomfortableness. Good?
No.
Oh, the fumes. Ooh.
Let's clean up 2 different times.
This is 100% deep. That's 29.
Well, then I'll have some of that. That's okay.
Here you go.
Is this stuff bad for your skin?
Well, I don't know. Probably. Kind of a quick training here and setup. This will be our area to kind of be like manned or whatnot. And we will have the interceptor right here, the recorder and the TV right here. TV usually always goes on the recorder, 6 space, 2 remotes for it. We plug this in basically just into right there for that. And then this is everything for this except these 2 items. It's pretty much always in it. So I had Jeremiah and Alex start the first EVP session. I kind of wanted to see how those 2 work together and to see if they're able to complete an EVP session without any kind of interference from myself.
Alright, this is the first room in our investigation. Kind of a den computer room area. And we're going to start the EVP session. I'm just going to set it right here.
Is there anybody here who'd like to talk to us? Are you happy that there are people living on this property? Let's go into a different room. I'm not picking anything up.
I thought I heard a sound in the bathroom when we walked down here, but that's really small, so.
So we did some EVP sessions pretty much all over the property, and I don't know, I think I'm still kind of struggling with it. It seems like such an easy thing to do, but I just blank on questions a lot of the time, and I don't know, I think with a little more observation and obviously some more practice, I should be getting better at it, but I still think it's really interesting and I think one of the most fascinating aspects of ghost hunting.
In the other house.
Yeah.
See if we can get anything.
Feel anything.
Is there anybody in here? Does anybody have anything to say?
I did kind of feel weird, like when I walked back there and looked in their bedroom. Like, it felt kind of creepy.
And Alex did mention from the Indiana case that his EVP session abilities tend to hit a roadblock. They tend to reach an area where he just draws a blank in his mind and he just doesn't know what to ask. So it's something I'm still wanting to work with him on, and I can see that here at Barney as well.
Oh, it's blinking. Okay. This is the bedroom.
Is there anybody in this house?
I do kind of get like a high tension feeling in here.
So do I. I feel it too. Like I'm almost excited. Why are you still here? Do you have any unfinished business on the property or with the people who live here? Good. There's almost a sense of excitement. I didn't really feel so much tension, but like my adrenaline going. I don't know if it means I should run or if this is a joyful spirit.
I don't really feel joy. I don't know. I think we should get going to the house because we don't have much nighttime left.
You want to tell Eric?
I mean, what is it? 3:30?
You want to tell Eric we're ready? The EVP sessions are something that I think I'm more interested in that more than a lot of other stuff, because we're in control of asking what is going on, who are you, why are you here. We're calling the shots with where the discussion goes. We're asking the questions, and that to me is extremely interesting. It's really intriguing, that just the sheer concept behind that. I need some training on that. I would like to get to the point where I can take part in an EVP session and kind of have a list of questions, like I'm going to ask this, I'm going to ask that, go with my gut.
Then the investigation commenced to outside to the old house. This house was very, very worn down.
So this is the creepy house, guys. See?
I see it.
What do you think?
Sufficiently creepy.
So when we first approached the abandoned house on the property, I thought it was pretty cool because, you know, I'm with a bunch of people, so it's not really that scary. The only time I really get scared is when I'm by myself or I have to go somewhere by myself. So when I'm with a group of people, I don't really get scared that much. But I don't know, it looked sufficiently creepy, but I really wasn't scared because we were in a group together.
Careful, there's a hole in there. Let me see here.
Alright, put this here. Alright, I'll have probably like 20 seconds to get out of here.
The tree
I heard shuffling behind you guys.
Right up the stairs, I heard something move up there.
And the motion alarm is up at the top too, so be careful. If you go up there, you need this to disarm it.
I will say though, I went in, when we first got there, I walked through the house with one of the cameramen, and Alex was there too, and I went upstairs and I went through the entire house, and I didn't really feel anything. Then we went in there with Eric and with our whole crew, and there were just different rooms. I felt different emotions. I felt lower back pain. I felt a little bit of sadness. I felt a little bit of exhaustion. I felt a lot of different emotions, and it was just so odd. to go in there before. You know, it's not that it's dark, it's an abandoned house, ooh, I'm scared. I really didn't feel anything, and then to be in there 10, 15 minutes later, and I'm feeling all these things, it was very, very intriguing.
Well, this house isn't stereotypical horror house. In a scary movie, I don't know what would be.
It surely is dilapidated.
Oh yeah. Did you see the basement in this thing?
Yeah. Oh, it's at least up to your knees.
Jeez. And we're gonna ask questions here because he's here.
You feeling?
Yeah. We're gonna do an EVP session here, a little more official.
Were you moving it?
No. I got the chills. Okay. Alex, Jeremiah, and Eric. A couple camera people, Brandon, Luke. In the main parlor of the old house here at the Barney, Old Town of Barney location. It's about 3:45 a.m. Is there anybody here with us right now? Do you reside upstairs? Are you currently upstairs? You feel vibration in the floor. Is that you?
I've been feeling that since I was upstairs. I didn't feel it till
It's like
if you
not quite that severe.
if you stand here very calmly, you'll feel like almost like the floor wants to shake, but it's not. And I felt that when I got upstairs, and I've been feeling it.
Yeah.
Since I've been up there.
Okay. This is nice.
Got Birdman with us.
Yeah. He's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes we can get stern with our questions, but flat out provoking is very limited locations that would allow us to do something like that. Typically, full out provoking is more in the lines of, "Come out, you little blah 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 blah," being, you know, fill in the blank. We try not to do that because, well, for me, it's also a personal thing. Try to be as respectful, because if they were people too, treat how you may want to be treated. And if they don't want to come out, they won't. And a lot of time, provoking still won't change that. Sometimes it will, but
Good point.
is that you vibrating the floor?
I felt it again right there.
Mm-hmm. And Jeremiah, this is one of your first EVP type sessions in a formal setting with us. So, like I was saying before, basically how we start out is try to start very broad and narrow it down. Try to pinpoint who or what might be in the location.
Do you have any unfinished business with the people on this land or with the property?
Did you hear that?
What?
That boom, boom. Or is that you?
I haven't moved.
I didn't hear anything.
I heard it.
Okay, good. I'm not great.
Okay, I seriously think I just saw something right back there. Point one of the cameras there. Like an apparition.
I just thought I seen something in that room before.
And I saw a face right here.
What did it look like? It looked like, did you make
It
out?
was a man.
A man?
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
How are you doing? Are you okay? A lot of people on their first case are okay. Trying to think of
He
something
had a
else.
beard too. Like it was a beard that came down here and one that came up like this. But it was shaved right here.
Yeah.
That was that. I don't know what to say about that.
Very first apparition you think you've ever seen?
If that's what it was, I've never seen anything like it. It was out of the corner of my eye and as soon as I looked it was gone. But I've never seen anything like that in my life.
How are you doing? Are you okay? A lot of people on their first
I'm fine.
case are okay. That's good. You can go running on me, so.
It's enhancing my curiosity.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Is that you?
I don't think so.
You don't have walkie on you or anything?
Is there any way you can make this device blink again, please? Just to kind of let us know what you really are in here.
Why don't you do your thing there?
Can you make this device blink again, please?
A whole bunch of changes right now. I'm getting chills left and right.
Around the same time that we just heard those, did you hear the in there or something?
Yeah.
Just like pulled my pants, like tugged at the bottom.
Something tugged on your pants?
Yeah,
Like it's
for
giving me
sure.
goosebumps over here.
It's really chilly over here.
And stand in front of the motion sensor that's on top of the stairs. All you have to do is just walk by it.
So there was a point when it's really just started feeling different in the room that we were in, and everybody kind of felt it at once. And Eric was kind of pointing out that, you know, I feel somebody's over there, or I just feel like there's somebody with us. And then we started getting knockings from below our feet.
Is it you? It sounded like it came from you.
It was right underneath my feet.
It was like right here.
The rather large knock that we all heard and felt came from, well, I thought it came from Jeremiah's area, and he confirmed it. It felt like it was right under his feet, and I could feel the vibration in the floor. This was pretty significant force.
That was like a knock.
Right, it sounded like something hit the ceiling in the basement. Like,
Yeah.
because it was right. I felt it on the bottom
feel
of my
like
feet.
something's behind me right now.
It's starting to get cold.
Are you in the bathroom here? Oh boy, I honestly, I didn't know what to think. It was so weird because there was 3 or 4 feet of standing water in the basement, so clearly there's no way anyone was down there. And I felt it like it was a physical knock, like someone was down there knocking or taking a broomstick and hitting the ceiling. I felt it right underneath my feet, and it wasn't as scary as it was freaky and interesting. I didn't know what to think at that point in time, and I still need to kind of collect my thoughts on that. Are you looking for your mommy or your daddy? Or maybe other family?
Towards women, though. Alice.
Do you feel something over there, Eric?
Upstairs.
I just keep feeling like there's something in there.
You just step in there.
No.
I didn't feel much this time.
Alex, just as an experiment with you, what I'm thinking, if at all possible, to test if there's anything up there, just kind of walk, if you can, if you feel comfortable, up the stairs slowly and far as you can before you feel and you have to stop and then stop. Can you do that? Or you feel uncomfortable doing that?
You want to go first?
Why, Alex?
I don't know.
Just instinct? You just look up there and you just don't want to go up there?
I'm just kind of a scaredy cat.
Shine the light in the camera up there.
Well, let's see if you can do it then. just do the light on the camera.
Want to disarm the motion thing?
There you go, in case it goes off.
Actually, wait, I think I should probably do it first.
That's what I'm thinking too, Alex. That's why I asked
Do
you.
you feel something with Alex?
Yeah, Alex, I think, yeah.
No, I just feel like if I watch you do it first, then like, just, that it'll kind of skew my, my feelings. I want to do it.
Why?
I don't know.
We're right behind you.
He can follow you up. That's all right. I just want you to try it and try to go up there and
I'll
push it
follow
as
you
much
up.
as you can before you feel like you have to stop and turn around.
What do you feel?
What is it, Alex?
I don't know, I just feel like, it feels like somebody's like looking down right there. I don't know, it's just a weird,
I feel a chill coming from upstairs.
That's what I'm telling you.
These weren't the little girls out there playing, because I saw.
This one's different. This one, I don't feel it's a little girl.
I didn't like see a figure of a face, but I could just very strongly feel something looking at me.
What I'm getting, but I'll just say, just go in this location as far as you can before you feel like you have to stop. Because that is because you pick up on the rest of it yourself. You're just say, no, I can't do this, and then stop for some reason. Then you can ask me later, but yeah.
So you want both of us to go up there?
Try your best.
Is it this room specifically, or are you picking up on another room?
It's just upstairs, but it's. If I had to guess, I'm picking it up spiritually, I would say that's its domain. All up here is, but whatever's here seems to be in that room.
This one?
Yeah.
Is that a sign of them trying to tell you something? If, like, for example, my back gets sore, or if you feel a pain
Yeah.
somewhere?
That's what I was telling you. You're an empath. Remember? So you're gonna pick up on their feelings. You're gonna pick up on their
I almost feel
physical. If they had an injury, you feel it.
I almost feel a sense of anger right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel uneasiness, anger. Someone's not happy.
It's very heavy. What do you want to do now? I'm almost thinking break and discussion kind of thing.
Agreed.
All right.
I think being an amateur and not really seeing anything before, I would be afraid of seeing a face, but I wasn't.
While we're here, I'm going to try a little experiment, because there's a theory that different chemistry from different people, their energy, their whatever, can also affect the evidence that actually get.
Let's give someone else the EMF.
Yeah, and we're going to switch that around too. I can check that. Where I have, for examples, like, let's use Jane Doe takes a lot of pictures. She gets crap. Nothing shows up. But give it over to a Bob, investigator Bob, and then he starts getting pictures. And he gets mists and fogs and light anomalies and everything. So we're going to try a couple different things with you standing out here to take a picture, because there's been reports of getting pictures in front of the house of strange things in the general area of the house from outside. I'll analyze these later, look at them, and see if there's any interesting photos with any certain individual who took them.
So yeah, I was just wondering if you don't have a clear mind, is it harder to kind of pick up on things?
It can be, yeah. You really should be, and it's part of grounding, that's what we can call it. Try to have yourself grounded, try to get the day's thoughts out of your mind. So if there's thoughts that just are random, or that they seem not yourself, like we start thinking about, like a name, like I did when I started picking up George. we're gonna try. I'm gonna show you a little bit of something. It may look,
A little something.
yeah, it's a white light kind of thing that I was telling you about, where basically we have to imagine this white light. What we're gonna try to do using this object too. All of us can at least put one hand on it, at least.
What is it?
Okay, it's an angel. Is the amethyst stone on it? Which, by the way, in Indiana, when we use this, and I asked, do you like angels? I got a response. I said yes.
Really?
Yeah. Close your eyes. All right. And then take a deep breath. And let light. Try to imagine a white, bright light.
So when stuff kept happening, like the knocking and Jeremiah seeing the face and everything, we were all getting kind of drained mentally and physically. And so Eric pulled both me and Jeremiah aside and told us to hold this little angel figurine he had. And he told us to close our eyes and visualize white light. And it was supposed to calm us and just, give a positive energy to the group. And for the most part, it worked.
Try to wipe out anything else. No trees, no sky, just you and this white light. Okay? Let it surround you. Take another breath. You should start feeling chills or tingles of some sort.
I don't know if it's just, him with the power of suggestion telling us what we want to think and feel, but I don't know. Back at the school when I cried, he had me hold something like that and it calmed me there too, so I don't know.
And then it starts fading in a little bit. Imagine a prairie. So you're feeling more calm and relaxed and open. And you let go.
I feel better.
Yeah. How about you?
That was the last one. I felt really calm.
Yeah.
And maybe with a little more experience and a little more instances where I need to have that positive energy, maybe that'll solidify my beliefs in the spiritual side of our investigations.
Eric, and then Alex in the bathroom, or the bedroom. And it's approximately, check the time here.
5 something.
Yeah, 5:06.
Is there a reason that you like to scare the people here in this house? Hey Eric, do you feel anything?
I feel a little bit of my headache going away. That's good. But no, not really.
Yeah, I don't really feel anything in here.
When Alex and I first came in here, we felt something.
Mm-hmm.
Like
What do you think it was?
I don't know. Like my adrenaline just got going. What was it that you felt, Alex?
I don't know. It just felt like the air was different.
It was just different. I don't really know how to pinpoint it.
It felt heavier.
Not necessarily scary. So in a way, and I don't have back problems. I mean, I don't get sore unless I'm doing something heavy, some sort of manual labor, and just it hit me just like that, and it went away as soon as we left the house. That is. I always looked at it as, well, let's get some EVPs, or did we hear anything? But like, I've never went solely on my emotions.
Yeah. Well, that's the human element of it. That's the spiritual side of this. Investigate and only so much that the scientific will pick up. But we forget that we're part of the animal kingdom too, and we do get natural instincts that they're there for a reason. It's an old barn. It's part of this property, but we peeked in the windows before and it just looked not much different from this.
Yeah. One down.
Yeah. I don't know if this is like Main Street, but I think Barney, this is on the outskirts of it. And it was actually more over here, but I think that house was part of it. Careful. You step down, don't fall.
Oh yeah, that's water, man. It's all the way up here.
That's always been cool. The hauntings where it's water that ripples or water that splashes by itself. I always thought that was cool. Very friendly right now.
Yeah.
Maybe there is no ghost around at the moment. Because it wouldn't be this way if there was. But I've seen it. Gets all... Doesn't stand up on end, but it's skittish. Runs away, it stares and all that. Doesn't do that with its tail at all.
This is an old passage from a lady named Minnie Gear, was born in 1887. And it's pretty much accounts the old town, Barney, ghost town, and just tells that all the people that's lived in here, all the businesses that flourished in here one time, talking the church was built and everything, and when people moved out, and when the last day of the town was celebrated 4th of July, and all like residential. There's just only another. This is a copy of the original. I used to have neighbors, different neighbors down across the road that ran across it. I can't remember exactly where they got it from, but they got a copy of it and they copied it from me.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know exactly where they got it. Maybe it was handed down.
Okay. Alright, well, it was an interesting night. More like a morning, but it was really cool. We had some activity in that house around, it's about 4:30 or so. We got chills and cold spots and whatnot that we experienced. Have to go over the evidence still and see what else we find. It seems to be where over half of the findings actually are. And sometimes vibration in the floor that we felt a couple times. So thanks again for having us over.
Thank you.
Alex is loading up already, so.
What did you think of the investigation in your first one?
I'm kind of baffled at the moment. There's a lot that I'm gonna want to talk about, but right now I'm just, I don't know, I have a lot going through my mind. Like, seeing, or at least allegedly thinking that I saw a face, but I'm convinced that I did.
Speaking of baffling, the thing to me that I just am still a little baffled on is the fact that so many of us were getting backaches, we're getting sick, nauseated feeling, headaches, and having to excuse ourselves, step aside. And that's typically normal with places that have high EMF, especially if you're sensitive to electromagnetic
I could have just
fields.
been tired because I could have just clearly I'm tired. I'm not talking straight.
It's not just
I
that.
could have just been nauseous, but I don't know. Maybe it was something else. It was weird that
But
just
there's
by
no
chance.
EMF in this place. That's what gets me. It's like there's nothing.
It was
So
weird by
people
chance.
are feeling weird.
One of the camera guys got sick. He was sick all morning, and then he was all of a sudden better. And then here I am, just like a brick wall, feeling like crap and tired, and it just hit me right away. It was
These
so.
investigations can drain you because they try to manifest by using even your own energy, and it takes it from you, and that's why you get tired and drained.
Alex and Jeremiah were both preoccupied, so I'd go back to do the reveal. This one I actually wanted camera crew to go along with me for this reveal, as some of the evidence was pretty startling. Hello, thanks for having us back. Go over the evidence that we found from your investigation.
Cool.
A couple different things before I go into this. It seems like we had several different things that happened when we were there. A lot of them were personal experiences, and we caught a lot of evidence, a lot of vocal evidence too, and EVPs and hearing things out loud, actually, and stuff like that. And the nature of a lot of our evidence seemed to be, whatever it is, seemed to get, it was kind of a prankster, like to joke around and kind of make fools out of everybody, if at all possible. Yeah, so there's one thing here that was caught by an investigator that was a little nerve-wracking, and that was in the window, there's that red face, and it looks like something has its own color.
Demonic, maybe?
And it forms at least in kind of has features that aren't really human.
Right.
And so we got that, and that was one of the things that stood out dramatically to us, because it looked like it was looking through the window.
Because I did a cleansing before that, a week or so before that, and it was like trying to get permission to come back in or something. But
Well, after that
I totally
cleansing
don't.
in this main house, did you notice changes? Did it seem like it's suppressed
Right here in this one.
in this main area where you live?
For a time there, I did it twice. First time was kind of a basic through a Sioux religion, Native American religion, cleansing. And I left some ingredients out, because it's worked for me before. And it worked for a little bit, then it came back tenfold. And you guys were called and whatever. And then I did a more thorough, even with olive oil, with all the windows and doorways and everything. And that worked for a while. But anybody that keeps creeping back, you have to remember in Native American culture, they cleansed daily.
Because here, I do think this is where it is. Feel that the main entity, that usually this is how it falls. It seems like there's one main entity and then a series of other followers or whatnot, or other ones that do appear there. The main entity in this one does appear to be malicious. It likes to put that depression or random moods that you wouldn't normally have. You just suddenly feel like you're mad and you don't know why, or you don't feel yourself, or you feel empty, or there's a hole in you, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
This thing, I feel, is responsible for that. And I feel that it enjoys doing that, and because there's actually a couple of investigators, because this investigation, I've been to many, so I can compare it to several others I've been on, even those that have negative energies. They drain you a lot quicker than a lot of the earthbound or human spirits that have no malicious intent.
Right, just
lost. And it seems like when we come here, we drain a lot of us. You see investigators almost pass out. I think one did fall asleep.
Yeah, and I called her, I believe.
Yeah, and some of them were getting, myself included, started getting nauseous. We had to leave, that kind of thing. And first time I was here was it lasted about a week after the visit. I felt, it wasn't like a flu, but it just was an awful feeling.
So you're saying that there is a possibility of some of the snip little disagreements me and the wife have, and it's just out of the blue, boom, anger is possible.
That is possible too.
Sometimes I felt like I felt angry for no reason.
Yep.
And you're saying that this ghost can just manifest itself through that.
Yeah, and to feed off of the reaction that it gets off of doing that, because that's one thing that's very common in negative hauntings, is also that it likes to tear people apart. You know, it's not necessarily demonic. I'm leaning more towards that, but it's not necessarily, it doesn't mean that. But there's also the malicious energies or negative forces that do the same kind of a thing.
Like
They start getting kind of in between you or picking on something that it knows would bug you. The other types, which is very similar to demonic, where it gains your trust. And that's why I said for the little girl, a lot of times I've come across where there's the spirits that come as an innocence. They produce themselves or manifest themselves as something that you normally be like, oh, well, that's just a cute 4-year-old, you know, passed away in 18, whatever. Not necessarily. That's why I tell all my guys in endeavors to also be careful of what they come across, because it may not be what it seems.
Right.
And we go on the cautious approach, like, okay, well, let's think it's a little girl, okay. But, but stand back and, you know, be careful. The problem is it's a massive place.
Yeah.
Because it's the property, it's not just the home, so it's not like we can just do a push smudging
push it all out.
and go from one area to the other and then open up the doors and windows and let it out, because it's just going to retreat back to the house out there, or just stay in the tree line out here and just wait till that good energy fades and then come back in.
I appreciate that.
Yep, no problem. So, I mean, if it warrants it, you know, just we are a phone call away now. We have our own phone call now, our phone line now.
Yeah.
So let us know if there's anything that tends to come up or anything changes. Well, anyways, thanks for having us over and keep in touch.
Definitely. I thought they were very thorough and explains a lot. What I suspected but confirmed. I learned some new stuff too. So, well, my main philosophy is live with, coincide with it. But if it wants to get bored and be malicious, and then I'm going to step up and say, "Hey, it's my house. It's time for you to go." And that's where I can bring in somebody to help me out with that. Other than that, if it leaves me alone, I'll leave it alone. I can coincide with spirits. I've done it all my life. I'm pretty comfortable with you guys, and I trust you, and met you a few times. So yeah, I'll have endeavors come back if needed.